Welcome to Chemistry with Caroline. In this video, we're going to look at how to name alkynes. So alkynes have a triple bond, alkenes have a double bond, and they have the same priority. So there is not one that is higher than the other. So we'll talk about what to do if you have both. But first, we'll talk about how you change the parent name. Both of those alkenes and alkynes are higher in priority than R groups, being alkyl groups. So any carbon chain, or an X being a halogen. So in the example that I have here, I've got a 5-carbon chain and I have a triple bond. The triple bond would be the highest priority group, so I would start at that end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This sort of weird students out sometimes. This is carbon 2 right there, okay? Alkyne is sp hybridized, and so the bond angle is going to be 180 degrees. And so when you draw substituents coming off of the alkyne, they're going to be coming straight out at that 180 degree bond angle. So to name this, I would say 1-pent-ine. So the ine tells me that I have a triple bond, and the 1 is the locant for where that triple bond is. You could also call it pent-1-ine. So the locant can go directly before the modifier at the end of the parent chain as well. So in this example, I have a molecule that has both a double bond and a triple bond. There is no higher priority between those. So what you would do is number to get the lowest locant for whatever you run into first. So if I started numbering from the left-hand side, I would run into the alkene at the 2 position. If I started numbering from the right-hand side, the alkyne is right there. So I would start on this side because it gives that group the lowest possible number. And so I'm not picking the alkyne over the alkene, I'm just picking which thing comes first, which functional group is closest to the end of the chain, and therefore we get the lowest locant. So when you have an alkene and an alkyne, it's going to modify the parent chain name in 2 spots. This is a 6-carbon chain, so I'm going to start off with hex, and then I'm going to put the locant directly before the modifier. So this is going to be a 4-ene 1-ine. So hex 4-ene 1-ine. Ene comes first because E alphabetically is before Y. So that's why you see the double bond coming first. So the double bond is noted by the En, and this is its locant directly before it. The triple bond is noted by the Yn, and this is its locant directly before that. So that can help to clarify which one is the double bond, which one is the triple bond, and where they are. Oh, and of course I didn't want to forget stereochemistry, so I'm going to put a 4E in parentheses out in front of the whole molecule to indicate that my double bond here has an E stereochemistry associated with it. Okay, so this is going to get into the weeds a little bit, but what do you do when you have a double bond and a triple bond and they're the same distance from the end, right? So in this case, the double bond would be at the 2 position, or the triple bond would be at the 2 position, depending on which side I started numbering from. In this case, you start with the double bond because E comes before Y in the alphabet. So as it always does in IUPAC, it comes down to an alphabetical tiebreaker. So we would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is hept. We have a substituent here, so this would be a 2-methyl. And then I could just say hept 2-ene 5-ine. And in this case, I don't have to do stereochemistry for the double bond because it has 2 identical groups coming off one side. So there is no stereochemistry associated with that. Again, I have my double bond indicated by En, and here's its locant, and I have my triple bond indicated by Yne, and there's its locant. Lastly, we'll look at what to do if we have more than one triple bond in our compound. If we start numbering on the left-hand side here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this would be 1,3-pentadiene. So di tells me that I have 2, ine tells me triple bonds, and the 1 and 3 are the locants. So if you have more than one, you need to put a prefix like di in front of the "-ine" to tell how many there are. And then the other thing that happens is you add this A. It's kind of just for a flow thing, but instead of saying pent-diene, you say pentadiene. So the A is added whenever there's multiple triple bonds, or what actually double bonds too, doesn't matter, in your molecule. You could also have said penta 1,3-diene. So again, you can always put the locants directly before the modifier of the name. So this has been a look at how to name alkynes. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thanks.